trolling.
What going on, everybody? This is David Mitchell here, and welcome back to Fans of Train, episode 62. And you guys are probably wondering from the thumbnail what I'm probably going to be talking about today. And it's something that I stumbled onto when I was on my Facebook. And it was talking about how South Carolina, we could do a passenger rail system. If y'all are curious about that. So, yeah. Something I thought of, if y'all know what I mean. And it went on a post. Like, seriously, an actual post that I was thinking about. And it got me thinking. Because I've been talking about this for over almost a year now about how Charleston would do great with commuter rail. And this showed a part of my ideal that I was thinking about. And it really opened my mind because the type of system I'm talking about is an S-bond system. A type of commuter rail. And Charleston does have the capacity for it. So, yeah. Something I'm really thinking about. And it got me thinking deeply on stuff that could work for a rail system. And just for you guys are curious on what I'm talking about, I'm going to copy the link to the post from Facebook for y'all can see it if y'all don't know what I mean. But it's something that got me thinking. And it's something I agree with. Like, literally. I added it to my Facebook story too, but I'm about to put it in the link. So, yeah. There y'all go. Now y'all can go get the link if y'all are looking. So, yeah. But it really got me thinking, and it got me thinking deeply. It could work. And I'm not going to lie. It could work in amazing ways.
It could work.
Bingo, Val. Am I right? But it got me really thinking deeply and stuff that could work. Because there's stuff that we are still needing to figure out. Am I right? Heck, you got to think deeply if you want to figure out stuff. And that's something that I've been thinking about. And did post right here, or checking out post, but link the thing that I am talking about. It's something that I'm actually serious about because we need that.
Excuse me.
We need to think about it. So, oh, by the way, I'm getting some stuff set up on my tablet from Rail Fan videos that I did back on December 30th, not 30th, but December 23rd. Looking at it, the 2 months before was a slow one for Rail Fan. Heck, and I'm now getting back in it with you seen from last week. Slowly getting back into it. It's a little tough, but eventually I'll get fully back in it full force, if y'all know what I mean. But eventually, I'm going to get full force right back into it. But I hope y'all enjoyed that ethanol drain and some of the random catches from last week or not last, technically 8 days ago, to be more exact. I hope y'all enjoyed those things because that was bonkers to catch and all of that. So, yeah. Also, Val, I didn't realize something. It's been since November 11th that we did the model train show. You remember?
Uh-huh.
That crazy, ain't it? But yeah. Well, dude, you used the intro. uh, but yeah. Heck, it's crazy when you just think about it. Huh. I need to figure out how to get royalty-free music. I'm not going to forget. But also, the thing that I'm going to say, I'll be happy if we ever do this. Like, I love if we do commuter rail. Like, we need it. We need commuter rail bad here in South Carolina. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, Greenville, and Spartanburg. Some of our biggest city. Heck, even Myrtle Beach. With Myrtle Beach, they're going to have built their commuter rail system from the ground up because of car-infested infrastructure, if y'all know what I mean. But it's really crazy when you think about it deeply. And I really do mean deeply. Like, most people never think about that. And that I seriously mean. Like, good God. The amount of stuff you gotta think about. It's crazy. And I mean crazy. Also, I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the video. I'm now I now have 310 subscribers, so let's make it to 400 now. Like, I'm going to be honest. The goal now is to make it to 400. And yeah, whoops. Butterfinger. Butterfinger again. I dropped the Nintendo Lite by accident. We'll try to that look better. But yeah, but that's something I'm thinking about. But crazy. Now let's get over to some of the guy for Discord. Also, I will give you all a quick update. Dimitri is doing good. And he is thinking about getting back into live streaming, but not yet. He's still getting his parents straight because he got a new girl, if y'all know what I mean. Let's see, it break the line. It's busy. But I'll be honest, there's stuff that we lost that we could have had, if y'all know what I mean. I look like Brightline busy. Let's see who is busy out of the rural fan or railroad community, if y'all know what I mean. Oh, Ben make Lego movie. Let's see how Ben. Oh, look like Ben is busy. One thing I need to do work on improving stuff when it comes to talking to people. That I'm not going to lie about. Alright, I'm going to be honest. Oh. Oh, I remember that meme. About 1 minute. Read this.
All these no.
If you, yeah, I'll read it, guys. Oh my, if I'll read it.
Black or white, we all just some egg for real. I can't believe this man just picks races.
Dude, that's too funny. I'm not gonna lie. That a meme of a meme right there. But it is true when you just think about it. Funny thing is, when you just think about that meme, it's so freaking true. No excuse about it. It's so. Please check your notebook. Because it's funny I could be. But yeah. Have a good flight. Ooh. Oof. Finally. And Val, read it.
10 organs to sell to buy a gaming piece. Finally, I can use my little brother for something.
Oh my god!
What?
Guys,
Sorry.
Oh, I can't believe we got Val to read that. Read
I'm
this.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. This, I'm not gonna lie. This is some funny ass shit. Hey Val, you remember this? Val, remember this?
Nope.
Read it.
This guy is a spy. Watch out.
I know. Oh, Val! Look where you're pointed. Oh, look at.
No bar 45.
Ow! Oh my god!
I haven't been active with Discord. Ow.
I just wrote the crap out of Val. Because look right here with the meme and where it point at. Is a perfect meme. But that is just too fucking funny. Ah! Oh my god, I got you good, didn't I, Val?
No. It was the spy. You're the spy.
No, I'm not.
You're a liar. I hope I'm not gonna get sick tomorrow. Oh, I'm just gas clean.
But I'm not gonna lie.
Can I read it again? What? I'm not even active on Discord, you freaking. So, guys.
What, this one right here?
This guy, I'm not a guy. This guy is a spy. Pencil.
Oh no, oh, R.I.P. Pansy fan.
Sorry.
Well, Pansy fan, you're the spy now. But get all the meme and jokes aside, let's get back to the South Carolina ideal. Oh, I've been thinking about it way before that post came out. You guys been know because I got expired by TexRail in Texas and at our commuter rail system in California.
Oh, I want to watch this IMSA.
When it for NASCAR.
IMSA is today and tomorrow.
Oh, the first NASCAR race.
That's NASCAR. That's not. It's an IMSA. Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona.
Val, looking forward to our NASCAR stuff, if y'all know what I mean.
I got NASCAR mag on my bag. I'm surprised. I forgot.
But yeah. But I'll be honest. This is what I'm going to bring up.
Oh, Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. That's
if we can work on bringing commuter rail to Charleston, to all the major hotspots, it could improve Charleston way more than people imagine. And that, I'm not going to lie. Just think about it. And they got me really deeply thinking for people who don't know. So, yeah. Also, if anybody wants to join the Discord for chat that I'm going to
Sorry,
do.
David. Kyle Larson failed. Oof.
Technically, they always fail, Val. But I'm going to put a link to the chat or the Discord in the chat for y'all. But I did roasted Val all live. So if y'all want to rewind and watch that you can. So yeah. But it's thing that I'm doing. Or let me add some of the rail fanning guy on Facebook. Or technically be more exact, Messenger if they're busy. But it's something I'm right now deeply thinking about, like seriously. Because for a deep think, we need to bring commuter rail to South Carolina. Like that S-Bahn system will work. No doubt about it. And that's something that I'll be on it about. To let them know that I'm live right now. But yeah. But it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's something I really think would be good for Charleston. Heck, not everybody in South Carolina own a car. And doing like an S-Bahn system for some of the bigger city and then like regional rail, that will work phenomenal. Like, I'm not even kidding. And if we do that, that could really help the system. If y'all know what I mean. But yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure. Discord. Sure, group chat and see if people want to join in. But this idea, I really think, could work for Charleston. No doubt about it. Because our infrastructure right now, it crumbling. And I mean actually crumbling. And we want to focus on rebuilding highways and interstate? No. That's not where we need to be focusing at. Because we are in the problem because of the interstate and highways and roads. The real option that will help fix the problem is passenger rail, like commuter, intercity, S-Bahn rail. Those are ones that will work. Because we're right now in a crap hole as it is because we better go for freaking cars and buses than what been working for over 100 years. Heck, over almost 200, technically over 200 years now. I'm already counting at almost 200 years now. Oh, they are?
I believe. Let's move on in the living room.
But, yeah.
You might have no right to work their job. You know?
Alright. Alright. I'm just going to bring it up with Johnny.
Who, Johnny? Johnny Bravo?
Or John.
Sorry.
But, here, funny thing. Go back over 100 years ago. Go back to 100 years ago. Go. People used to get around fine with not car, but transit. This is what I'm going to say. We failed as a country. Just snipping up that car drug like that. Like literally, we've been going on the car drug since the 1950s. Tearing up our country like this. And I'll be honest, this drug needs to end. Cars are not, shiny.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Bling.
All right, 1 minute. But ironically, these guys in that one messenger group make me laugh my ass off because if they went to Europe, they'll be looking like pure idiots over there.
Why you say so? Ooh.
Because they think rail transit cannot work here in Charleston, and that BS.
They'll find a way, dude. They'll find a way.
And I could bring up so many reasons. So many reasons why we need commuter rail here. Heck, Columbia got a big enough population for it. Charlton got a big enough population for it. Myrtle Beach got a big enough population for it. My point is that we are going down a crap hole because we better build for the car. We better kneel to the car. We better build everything for the car. Instead of, building what work for people. You guys make me laugh my behind off. I'm just telling that to the messenger group. Because the thing that I'll be on about. Charleston got the capability. And the people who think that, oh, we don't need commuter rail, they're just sniffing that car crack. And what I call it. Car lover are addicted to car crack. And I'm going to say that to them. Well, I guess you guys believing in that and sniffing the car crack.
Oh my god, David, you're roasting car culture freaks.
Well, I get you guys.
Huh?
Believing in. I believe. And sniffing that car crack. Because I'll be honest, that's what it is. People like the can't accept it. Like really. Like the whole American Rail Club group would trample on the guys. One minute. You are dead wrong, and I can bring up one reason. You are dead wrong. Düsseldorf, Germany. Population 100,000. Have 6 commuter rail lines. 1 minute. Düsseldorf, Germany. Germany. Population. Düsseldorf, Germany. Populate 1 second. Keep on drinking that Kool-Aid like a freaking idiot. I'm going to bring that out. I'm just going to. But these people are just freaking idiots, you know? Just for that, I'm going to dox, or not dox, but make them look like idiots. One minute. Oh, by the way, have anybody seen? Do you have time to join the live stream right now? Like, literally. But I'm gonna make them look like they were real idiots. Well, look at these suburbanite idiots trying to defend car culture. They're my post. I hope you guys really went up the wrong tree. Like literally. We're training Europe. Oof. But literally, some of these people are just so dumb. Dumb, and they want to defend the stuff that they do. It ain't even funny, you know? Look, car culture is bad. Car bad. Or car bad. Train good. And I don't know what it with the people. Heck, and there's a reason why the world call us American idiots. It's because we let her defend car culture like a freaking idiot and like crack like that. Oh, car crack. Like that. It don't take fucking rocket science. That I'm bringing up. They're going in full defending cars like freaking idiots, you know? My thing is, the people need. But yeah, but car crack. That what it is. Car crack. Like literally. And look, we've been doing car infrastructure for so long, heck, and we've been having a problem with it. But when we've been still using railroads most of the time, our country's been doing good. Heck, I'll be honest. The small towns that are still connected by patent rail, they did not turn out like ghost towns. If you wonder why South Dakota is so barren with small towns left and right and hardly no stuff, that's because they lost commuter and patent rail out there. You think about it. Cars don't work for everybody. Get that through your thick fucking skull. And that's what I'm going to be on about. Fucking cars don't fucking work like you want them to all the fucking time. People with disability, people without leg, people who have medical problems cannot fucking drive. And then you want to build everything around a fucking car. Do you know how fucking bad that is? That's not freedom. That's not. You're punishing people who cannot drive, who can't drive because of all of that. My point is, stop with the fucking car infrastructure. Stop jamming it down fucking people's throats. Am I right, Belle? Because not everybody can handle it. And then you want to build everything around a car. Stop fucking doing that. And I mean it. And this is part of the dream where I'm saying I'm fucking serious about it. Because I'm going to bring up. Alright, look like Griffin busy. Because these dumbasses say, oh, we don't have the population for a computer route. Not everybody want to drive it. That's what people who defend cars are. So if you're one of them, you're a Yeah, I'm calling you fuckers out. And then saying, oh, I'm a communist. No, I'm fucking ain't. So don't fool that fucking communist card on me. And here's the reason why. Why? We did commuter rail first before communism. And heck, they use same stuff we do. They have interstate. They have highways. So don't use that fucking communist excuse. And cars are not freedom. They're fucking privilege. So stop saying that cars are for freedom. No, they're fucking ain't. That I'm going to bring in ahead of time. And there are so many damn reasons why. Also, 1 minute. Yep, Sonnets are in the set. These are getting longer and longer. But I'm dead serious about this. We build our infrastructure around so much crap that evolved cars. We screw people head over heel. And that I'm serious about. My point is that if you're going to build your infrastructure around cars that fare for unequalness, poorness, people who are disabled who can't drive being stuck and trapped in houses, everything being built around the car, everything with aggravated inferiorness, there's so much crap, and I freaking mean it. And people like that didn't want to make me lap my behind off. And that I'm not joking about. The reason why I'm bringing this shit up is because it need to be brought up. And then we want to defend car culture. I'm tired of fucking car culture. I'm tired of stuff being built around it. Like, seriously, enough with the car crack. We want walkable. We want bikeable. We want accessibility for people with disability. We don't want to be forced to drive every fucking where. That's not real freedom, being forced to drive everywhere if you need to go get groceries. Want to walk around or like go somewhere. That's not real freedom. Having only one joint and that drive. That not freedom. That not. And that not democracy. And I'm going to bring that up. Heck, and I want not sit bike video talking about that propaganda video that GM made back in the day. And yeah, it was fucking propaganda. Oh, by the way, you guys probably already know my Heritage Unit poster back up. So yeah, get a whiff of that boy. But I'm fucking serious about this. We fucking went down the shitters because we want to build everything for the car. And that's a problem. That's a real fucking problem. And the people who defend car culture, they need to be fucking humiliated and called out for their shit. Because they want to keep their I love room like all the time. Not everybody want that. And that I'm serious about. Oh. But yeah. Am I right, Val? Even my wife agrees with me.
I was watching my single video this morning.
Oh, sorry. Val doing her own thing.
Vietnamese thing.
I know. But am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we lost rail infrastructure. No doubt about it. I am going to get you one of these days, Joshua.
Tuesday.
Me and Val best friend. But My point is that New Mexico got their head out of their behind. And that I see what you mean. If people don't know about this, New Mexico was thinking about widening their interstate back in the early 2000s. Instead of going with that, they decided to fund the Roadrunner
Sorry.
with what a better alternative. It was smarter,
Mhm.
and it actually improved the living or quality of life there.
Mhm.
Even though Mexico do got a high crime rate, they got a better livability than freaking everywhere else that it built around the car.
So Philippines is a joke, and you crying?
My point is that car infrastructure is bad.
When you say so, car culture is a jerk.
One, they bully their way into everything. Two, they don't care about everybody else. Three, they force businesses to build large behind park lots bigger than the building itself for them. Five, they freaking literally are built for people who are able to drive and not people who are disabled, like someone who have medical teasers who cannot legally drive. You screw them over and force them to either take an Uber with it expensive, but there's so much stuff wrong.
I feel bad for a friend. Know what I'm talking about? Russ.
Yeah.
He used to drive, but developing seizures prevented him from driving.
And that a friend of me and my wife, Belle. Like, we have a friend named Russ. He cannot drive. He been able to, but because he have medical teasers, he cannot.
I didn't know that seizures can actually prevent you from driving.
They can. If they happen way too much, they can really affect your driving style.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No.
You will not be able to learn how to drive because of them.
You got medical seizures?
Bingo.
No. I'll kick the bucket. Sorry.
And most people don't realize that.
Sorry about that, David. Try to fix the necklace real quick.
And then the people who want to defend car culture, look what car culture gave us.
Pollution.
A pollution, dysfunctional society. And heck, the kids in day and age, they don't even want to go outside. I can't fucking blame them. Either go outside and get hit by a fucking random car, or go to a fucking parking lot and do mischief and get in trouble with the law.
The car culture?
And then it worked because kids day and age, they can't even go outside without a parent having to watch them or getting the cop called on them for not having their parents around. Like literally, you're technically trapped in a house until you turn 16 and 17 when you get a driver license. And not just Spike was serious about that. If you go to the fucking Netherlands, the kids there, because their infrastructure is not built around a fucking car, and I fucking mean it, and I'm sorry I'm dropping way too many F-bombs.
Like France as well.
But because of this, and this thing I'm going to be on it about, because their stuff is not built around a freaking car and built around people and bike and transit. Instead, their kids don't have to have parents around them. They can go anywhere without having to worry. And did it in the Netherlands. And that because their stuff is not built around cars. My point is, a car infrastructure is terrible.
Sorry, David. Oh, shoot. Whoa.
And that I'm serious about.
Sorry, David. Oh, shit. Sorry, David. I'm watching Vietcong.
Funny thing, I'm just going to bring up about Vietnam War. We were on the wrong side of the war.
Sorry, David.
Am I right, Val?
Y'all are in the stupid side of me.
Funny thing is, after the Viet Cong defeated us, China out tried to invade them a couple months later.
See?
That backfired. Like literally, the Chinese we tried to invade after us, and anybody told us to feed for them too. Yeah, look it up.
I'm not watching it.
In 1979.
Vietnam flashbacks.
But yeah, most people don't know about that.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty fan.
Wait, sorry, David. Sorry.
But my point is that commuter rail is the future of the country. Rail,
and also the
it was our past, but it also our future too.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, flying fucking cars are not going to work.
That's pollution.
Not just that, many 9/11s every day. Like breaking news, a flying car with a bomb in it crashed into a skyscraper. Breaking news, a flying car crashed into a senator building. Breaking news, drunken idiot crashed their car into a skyscraper.
Again?
Like, you see what I'm saying, Val? My point is, flying cars are overrated. Cars are overrated. We sniffed them up like a drug. Am I right, Val?
What the hell with this sucker? Sorry, David.
But most people don't realize that. I'm going to call Tom and see how everything is doing on his side of the country in California.
Thomas?
No, Tom.
Tom Cruise?
I don't.
What, David? I try to watch the Vietnamese War. Rice.
But the thing I'm going to be on about, we really effed our weight. Oop. Is it Jason?
Oh, Mr. Milk Boy?
Oh, by the way, Jason, we call Mr. Milk Boy. And the reason why we call Jason Mr. Milk Boy is because he don't like milk.
He's not into milk.
Yep. So it's now starting to go down, meaning. Yep, starting to get dark out there. It already 6 o'clock and it didn't now hit twilight. Let's call Booty Bomb. Bah.
Badonk.
Dang, he. Oh. And David do a Dave. Let me call Ben. And Ben is waiting on trouble. Hey, bud. You doing good, Ben?
Yeah, I'm waiting on bit 12R. It's got the A1 3 leading.
Are you serious? Hey, Ben, you know I caught an ethanol train last week? I caught an ethanol plug grain train put together last week while rail fanning, you know?
Yeah.
I put in the video. The video is freaking 22 minutes long.
Wow. That's surprising to me. They normally come out of Atlanta and go down that way to Waycross.
Well, here, Dane, the ethanol train, it was a northbound. It was a northbound ethanol and grain train put together. It had double DPUs, and it was over 8 days ago.
That's surprising because it normally goes up. It normally goes up they routed up Waycross up through Cordele.
Okay. Well, we got a train going by me right now. Look like a manifest from my window. But I'm going to be honest. Like, we had a crazy triple meetup last week. Like, last week, we literally had 6 train in less than 6 hours, technically about 4 to 5 hours. And it would meetup after meetup. Like, literally. We even had the local train or the yard train coming out and switching out the fertilizer plant. And what he was doing, he was switching out the fertilizer plant and another train was coming by, you know?
Yeah.
And he was a short sucker. He only had about 5 to 6 cars on him. Oh, being that my Lionel train clock is going off in the background. We have a Lionel train clock that when it hit a certain time, it goes off.
It is 161.460 for the dispatcher.
Oh, speaking of that, did you heard about a train wreck a couple of days ago in Lakeview, South Carolina?
Yeah.
God damn, I was live streaming when I got that breaking news from one of the guys.
Yeah, Jay Sean probably was the one to report it because he knows about that stuff.
Yeah,
He don't either. He's always at Hardy's all the time.
I know. Being that, well, me and you are on live stream, we are going to call Jason out on live stream right now. Jason, you're a milk hater and you're a milk guy. Oh, and a meetup. Oh, crap. Well, we got a meetup right now.
Well,
but
the only way you're going to get me to come back down that way, if there's something good leading, one of the pride units, like 31.
Or like a CW locomotive. We had something like that ran today. We had a... You remember that locomotive we caught that one time with me and you in that train meetup during the summer? He came down on the southbound today. I looked outside and I saw him went by and I seen it and I realized it was C40-8 and I said, oh, darn. Like, I should have been rail fanning today, but I didn't, you know, and I missed that. Because those locomotives are rare, you know?
Yeah.
So, with me not realizing he was coming down, I missed him.
3194, 1776, or the 911 unit. If they come on I-37 or I-38, I'll be down there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, they're doing the magnets on them right now and fixing up their paint. You heard?
Oh, so they won't be running anytime soon then?
They'll probably run in the next couple of weeks because they're just repairing the paint on the side with that only take about a couple of days, you know?
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll be back on the track looking nice and clean, you know?
Yeah.
What hope they just don't repaint them because that's going to suck if they repaint them, you know?
Yeah, if they paint them back to their original CSX units, I hope they don't.
Oh, that's going to suck because they're the only that and the CEO train.
That don't mean I ain't going to quit rail fanning though, but still.
Dude, you're going to be sucked, but me and Vel, we never seen any of the Norfolk Southern Heritage units, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something that I want to see before they get repainted because I know eventually those suckers are going to get repainted, you know? Like, Norfolk Southern been using them in their paint scheme for over a decade, and only a matter of time before they repaint them back into their old normal color. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that I'm worried about because I know that eventually is going to happen. Don't know when, but I know it's going to be sometime in the future. So, is there anything interesting you caught?
Well, tonight I'm catching 8103, and I'm gonna go home afterwards because I had to be at church early in the morning.
Oof. I got work at 7 in the morning tomorrow, you know?
I don't like going to church anymore. I've got my field. I've had too many bad encounters.
Heck, same here. You know?
People are rude, they're judgmental, they don't want you around them. Got blocked on Facebook by this lady recently.
Oh, Ben, did you hear what happened to my Facebook last week?
You got hacked.
Oh, yeah, you heard about it.
And mine also got hacked recently. You probably looked at my messenger. What the hell did I do to Ben? It's like, no, you didn't do nothing.
Oh my god!
I kind of figured you got hacked because Facebook only shut down your account when your Facebook account got hacked. And when I seen that, I said, "Oh dear," meaning Ben got hacked, and me and Val agreed that you got hacked.
Well, I had to create a stronger password. I logged back in and created a stronger password because I was going to stay off Facebook.
Sorry guys, I'm looking at this.
Well, you want to know how my account got hacked?
Now,
All right, it happened while I was live streaming last week on Friday night, and what happened was I got messaged by a friend saying, "Hey, I can't get in my Facebook account on Messenger," and I did what kind of an idiot move because I should have said no, and now that I learned the hard way, I'm saying no for now on, and the person was saying, "Hey, I'm going to send you to, and it's going to help me unlock my Facebook account." I said no. I said, all right, and I said yeah to it. Next thing I know, I was locked out of my Facebook. And I reported it as hacked. It took me...
I got a train coming. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
All right, Ben.
I think I heard 12R honking.
All right.
Can I call you back?
Yeah, you can call me back.
Okay, bye.
All right. But he'll call me back. But what happened is that my account got hacked, and I reported it. It took about 49 hours later because I reported it hacked around 12:01 in the morning, and I did not get it back until Sunday morning around 5:50. And I got it back. I changed it. I changed everything, and I got my Facebook back. It took over a day before I was able to get it back, but when my account was hacked, the a-hole was already trying to scam people on my fucking Facebook, and I said, nope. But I still managed to get my Facebook back, and I had to tell everybody what happened. But, yeah. 1 minute.
Sorry, David. Thank you, David.
But my point is that I kind of learned the hard way, you know?
I hope you do. I call you out right there. Love you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be more minimal. I realize.
Oh my god. These guys are freaking idiots. Keep on burying your hole quicker.
Are you kidding me? Basically, I got a lot of item boxes.
Do you want to join the live stream right now? But the thing that I'll be talking about, I am your only viewer. Well, all right. Let me call Dave. Ugh. 1 minute. Hey, Dave. Welcome.
Oh,
Hey, welcome to the stream, bud.
Yeah.
well, it's a pleasure. Don't mind the noise in the background. I got some neighbors are playing some heavy metal music in the background.
Dude. Hey, what area do you live in when it comes to railroading?
Well, my opinion, you don't want a rail fan up here. We got a couple idiot rail fans, and there's barely any traffic during daylight, other than the 2 Amtrak's and maybe a handful of freights.
Let me get New York State. Am I right?
I live in Massachusetts, right over the border from New York.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only place you're going to see any freight traffic in New York is on the Mohawk sub and the Selkirk branch.
Dude, I went by the CSXA line. Like, I could see trains from my house, you know?
I hear you. I live 2.5 blocks from the CSX Berkshire sub. I hear them all night.
Oh, wow. That's
Can't
cool.
see them, but I can hear them.
Like, I live by the CSX line. The area of the A line I live on, they call it the Trot and stuff. We get about 22. We get 22 to 24 trains per day. And
That sounds about right when it was during the Conrail days up here.
And Gene, it's that 6 of them are Amtrak. We got the Palmetto, the Silver and the Auto Train.
Oh yeah, definitely familiar with the auto train. I don't know if you could see in the background here, but this is the actual railroad that I run.
Oh yeah, I remember. I watched it from your YouTube channel,
Oh
man.
yeah. You guys were on that live feed I did last night.
Yeah, I haven't watched your live feed last night before I went to sleep.
I hear you. I had to put a stop to it because it was getting a little bit nuts, and I'm trying to find parts to fix a shark nose that basically broke the coupling part for the
You know, this time I'm going to bring up the state up in the Northeast that I want to rail fan in Maine and Vermont.
I would be careful about rail fanning in Maine because it gets cold up there, and the days get shorter even in the summertime because there's a time difference compared to down here.
Down here in South Carolina, but dude, I'll be honest, I love the cold. I let her have the cold instead of the heat. I'm a summer hater. I hate the heat. My skin always, when it leaves 70 to 80 degrees, my skin starts to blister. And it not.
That doesn't sound too good.
Trust me, down here the heat is bad. Like we're already hitting 70 on some of our days, and we're not even the end of winter yet, and we're already hitting 70.
Well, it's not too bad. I'd rather have that than what we're gonna be getting in a few days.
Oh, that snowstorm! I let her have that than freaking rain all the time. Ugh.
Oh, it ain't a snowstorm we're getting. It's gonna get damn cold after Monday.
Mm-hmm. But I'll be honest. Like Vermont and Maine during the fall, I will love go up there and catch the trains in the fall. You know?
Yeah, depending which parts of Vermont and Maine you go to. The actual main line to Portland's now owned by CSX. There's no more Pan Am. It's gone.
I know. I can't believe that. I talked about that. I just have a bad feeling about that.
Yeah.
Like with how CSX worked in the past, I'm already.
They are trying to fix the former Boston and Maine Central, and they're doing a very good job of it. Okay.
That I have to agree with. It's the branch lines that I'm worried about.
Oh, hey, those branch lines up in Vermont, Maine that were operated by Pan Am, now CSX. They're not going to abandon them because there's involved in paper mills on those branch lines.
Heck, and they actually came right under CN and cut them from the underbelly, you know? Because when CN bought the Quebec and Maine Railroad back in 2021, in 2020, that would
Yep.
incentivize CXX to buy them, you know? Or not CXX, that would
Oh, yeah.
incentivize CXX to buy Pan Am, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was never going to happen. When it did, boy, it was a shocker.
I kind of figured it was going to happen because me and some of the guys before the merger even happened over a year ago said Pan Am is going to be a fallen flag. I actually literally said that.
Yeah, well, see, when I was a kid, actually, adolescent, early teenager, I watched Guilford become a big mess.
Oof.
But it started getting ugly right after they took over. You know, Mellon took the B&M, the Maine Central, and Delaware and Hudson. I watched them destroy the Delaware and Hudson, literally.
Not just that, they destroyed the Mountain Division. Let's be honest.
Well, the Mountain Division's doing better now under ownership of the Conway Scenic Railway.
I know, but they used to haul freight over it to Canada and the airplane in Vermont.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of screwed that off because they only have one connection to the outside world now.
Yeah.
And that bad because it's CXX going to rebuild. They need to rebuild that line, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Give them time. They've already fixed part of the main line to Maine there. Up in, I think it was either Vermont or New Hampshire. The track was in so horrible shape that if they had ran a train over it, doing over 10, they probably would have derailed.
my point is that when CXX fully get that, they need to focus on the Mountain Division. You know, like, heck.
Give them time.
Oh, God, my dogs are going off. Hey, baby, that'll do.
I got cats.
Oh,
Don't
that
mind me. I was up early.
that my wife right there, Val.
Yep.
She Filipino, by the way.
There you.
But
Don't mind me. You know, if I don't sound like I'm too amused doing this, I'm just tired.
yeah, I can tell, man.
3 o'clock in the morning came a little early.
But yeah, it's crazy. Now, have you been keeping track with? You remember that railroad strike that happened last year?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, with the railroad strike, it should have happened. It should have. I supported the railroad strike because, one, them workers were treated like garbage. Two, the class one been, you know, not taking good care of their railroads like they're supposed to be.
I hear you.
Dude, it's something I'm going to be on it. I do think we're going to have a Conrail 2.0. I think we're going to have something like Conrail.
Well, it could happen. The only problem is it ain't going to be the same like it was when I grew up with Conrail. I watched Penn Central go straight to hell. My father was one of the guys who was on the last train over the Poughkeepsie Railroad Bridge on May 8th when the bridge caught fire.
Oof.
Yeah. And
You,
it was all done by an executive from Penn Central was involved in that fire. They wanted to get rid of that bridge really bad.
I kind of figured that it was corruption and monopoly, you know?
Oh, yeah. There's corruption in all parts. Yeah, corruption in government, corruption in any type of business.
Hey, Ben, do you know how in the history book and the history show when they're talking about railroad and how they talk about reason why Patton Rail in the U.S. actually almost died because of the car and plane? If you look at it deeply and you did the research, it would blow your mind. It was really not the car or the plane.
Sorry.
It was the government, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I a little bit of Robert in it.
Oh, no, government, Val. Sorry, my wife was a little confused.
Oh, no, hey, she has her right to her opinion.
I know.
I don't.
But if you want to know, back in 1956, when the Interstate Act was commissioned by Eisenhower, do you know where all that money came to build the highways and the airport?
The money that the railroad paid in very heavy taxes is where the money came from.
Yeah, that money was forcibly taken from the railroad and given to their competition, and their competition was made tax-free.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ugh.
when you have the Interstate Commerce Commission with heavily restricted the railroads back in the day, when you have both of that combination, you know stuff would not be good that happened, you know?
Yeah, I hear you there.
And that killed off a lot of passenger commuter line because of the Interstate Commerce Commission was so ignorant, and also it was being run by people who love cars and would literally bulldoze a walkable city to the ground for a parking lot.
Well, you know what the real problem is now is you got these goddamn freaking nuts. They don't want power plants in operation. That's why we lost the coal trains.
True.
And what happens is they're just saying once they have those electric cars that are a rolling death trap.
That too. And also, the people are saying flying cars are future. No, they ain't. Let me bring up why flying cars are terrible. To imagine, many 9/11s happening every day with bombs and them crashing into building left and right. Imagine drunken driver crashing into building with their car. Imagine cars just crashing in midair, and next thing you know, you look up, and next thing you know, you get smacked by a flying car falling to the ground after a wreck, or if it broke down. Am I right?
I hear you. Yeah. But this whole entire thing about the electric cars, I think it's bull crap. These are the same people who protest that loaded coal trains being ran to the power plants. Well, you know, you want your damn electric car to be charged. You need electricity to do it. Wind turbines are not useful. Solar is completely useless.
Saying that we need in nuclear power, like heck, nuclear power plants.
I'm not a big fan of nuclear power.
Oh,
it's
because
actually out on the west coast of California, just as Chernobyl blew.
Oh yeah, that right. But you know, it depends.
That was an ugly situation.
Same with what happened in Japan back in 2011 from that earthquake. Because I remember that. I was still in elementary school when that, or not elementary, but middle school when that happened.
I remember that day. Don't mind me, I heard a noise.
But yeah, but when I was talking to you about the train line by my house, I can literally walk out of my porch and I can look that way and I can see trains coming through the tree line.
That's great.
Like, I don't even have to drive to go rail fan. I can literally walk out of my house, and I can do rail fan right by my house.
Oh, Jesus, I need to go back to bed. I gotta wait until after 10 o'clock because I gotta pick up my cousin and niece at work.
All right, well, I'll probably let you go now before you can sleep. Talk.
Hey, it was a pleasure talking with you.
You too.
There's going to be probably some more live videos coming soon enough. I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your week.
You too, Dave.
Yep, bye.
Bye. All right, that was Dave, and he is sleepy, what you guys can tell. Let me join in with Brightline, because he is now calling. Because it always good getting some of the guys on board. But that was Dave from fellow YouTuber. So you just seeing a little small collab. So yeah. Right, let me join in. Hey, Brightline. Oh, 1 minute. Hey, you there, bud?
Yes, I'm here.
Dude, hey, do you see the post that I've been sharing in not Facebook, but on the group?
I'm just gonna check that right now. Oh.
Yeah.
Now I see it.
Yeah, do you see the post of me calling out the NIMBYs and I'm the Suburbanites?
Yep.
You know, funny thing is, they're also rail fan YouTubers. They rail fan trains, but they let her defend cars.
How ironic that is.
Am I right? But, yeah. But, it's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know, I started my live stream early today. Can you believe that? But I would talk about something that I had an ideal of for a commuter rail system and a rail system here in Charleston, and someone actually took it to another level and made a map about the whole ideal, you know?
Yeah.
It blew my
Talk
mind.
about it.
Well, it a part of a Facebook page that, you know, they do stuff, and it got me thinking about commuter rail in Charleston and South Carolina, to be more exact.
Well, speaking of commuter rails, I was watching the Grand Central Terminal. You know, Grand Central Terminal in the Long Island Railroad.
I know.
So,
And
I heard that they opened that section up.
they actually did.
Yeah. So, about your commuter rail in Charleston, I had seen that, though.
All right.
Rail,
This idiot Brightline. This idiot called me stupid because I brought up a good idea and he called me idiot for commuter rail, you know?
he drives on cars, don't.
That made me laugh because people who call me stupid are the real idiot because they didn't want to keep on feeding into that car drug, you know? You know what I mean? Am I right?
Well, some of them say that we are not in don't live in a railway-oriented country, but if we aren't living in a railroad-oriented country, then why are there railroad lines?
Exactly. Am I right? And saying isn't that
Yes.
we bulldoze everything down for the ground to kneel to a car, you know? To a freaking car.
I believe that most Americans don't know how public transportation works, how high-speed rail works.
They don't.
I mean, like, here's someone that said a downtown commuter system in Charleston is literally impossible. You would have to bulldoze half the city.
No, you don't.
No one's talking about the consequence of interstates.
Yeah, like
They
literally.
bulldozed cities in half back in the 50s and 60s.
And exactly. And saying isn't that with a commuter rail you can build an underground station, build everything underground. And look at this. These guys are calling me idiot. Like, you see. Well, let me send you what they're saying to me. Oh, by the way, look what I just sent you.
Oh, that looks good, man. That map looks good.
Yeah, you see the new map, and you say what it could be, and you see what we have.
Yeah.
Like, look at both maps. And they have a very, very smart, you know?
Yeah, but I think that people who don't want to.
But yeah. Oh, Brightline, look what the guys are saying about me, you know? Look. They keep on. Brightline, you there?
Yes.
But you see what they said about me?
Yeah, I see.
Call me, David, you're the actual idiot. Or, David, you're actually stupid, you know? Like, really?
I imagine the I-95 corridor in South Carolina. That's gotta be
It's the most dangerous road in the state. Good God! When I went up, when I went,
I do not like. Well, I've heard that I-95 is the deadliest in Florida. The deadliest interstate in Florida.
Same here in South Carolina, because when we were heading up to Florence, South Carolina, back a couple of years ago, we would have seen burnt car carcasses on the roadside and burnt mark from previous car fires. Then, when we were heading up to New Jersey back in 2016, we had cars again, and then right in North Carolina, and it was a very gruesome car accident that we saw back in 2016 while we were heading up to New Jersey on I-95 in North Carolina. We saw a dead, let me to tell you, this was a dead guy who got impaled by a tree in his car. The tree impaled him in the head. He was dead.
Oh, gosh. I remember back in 2017 when I was riding a pickup truck. And I remember that traffic that day from Broward all the way down, from Broward Boulevard all the way down to Dade County, from Broward County to Dade County. It was like traffic going on, and I was like, what's going on? There was a car, well, at the end of that traffic jam, there was one car that was flipped upside down. I mean, like, how did that car got upside down? I just want to know.
Funny thing is, people call people who have better ideals than them idiots, you know?
Some people want to implement a BRT system, which is, well, I'm not a fan of BRT systems, but...
And to my point, bus are dumb too, you know?
Yeah, true.
And to the point, we got to stop invested in car infrastructure. Am I right?
Yeah. You should have debunked that myth with I-69, which you have to demolish an interstate. Because Americans view railroads as interstates. And interstates just like the same.
Exactly.
That's what's going on right here.
And then the people want to defend themselves like freaking idiots.
I mean, back in the 1950s, when the interstates were built, there was a lot of opposition.
Mm-hmm. But, am I right?
Yeah, true. But let's say, back in those days, those manifestations were ignored, and they built the interstates anyway.
Exactly, and a lot of people were dead against it.
Well, yes, some of these interstates, some of these freeways were not completed. Some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Were
I-69. Like, let's not forget I-69. You know?
Yeah.
And to my point, I-69, everybody complained about California high-speed rail. But, no one complains about, and this thing I'm going to bring up. No one complained about Interstate 69. That interstate that will both be built from Texas to Chicago, Illinois, and Michigan,
Yeah.
No one never talked about that interstate,
What about Interstate 11?
That too.
Yeah, Interstate 11. They're trying to expand Interstate 11 too.
Like heck, they would both be building an interstate to Myrtle Beach, and that's the only city in South Carolina that have no interstate to it, you know?
Like, Americans would be like, interstates make sense because we drive a lot, but railroads don't make sense because they have low ridership, which is
Total.
not always the case.
I know. Thing is it that we're forced to drive. We don't even have options, you know? And for people who have disability or can't medically drive or are medically and physically disabled who can't drive, you're really putting them right there and punishing them for not being able to drive because they can't. You know?
I mean, like, the more options of transportation, the better.
The thing is, car infrastructure is ableist, you know? Am I right?
Yes.
When you think about people with disability who are autistic and other things, and you start thinking about how car infrastructure is, you start realize how ableist and how messed up car infrastructure really is. Am I right, Brightline?
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. You have a point.
Because, look, everybody say, oh, train coming in. No, the fuck it ain't. Like, good God. Get a freaking education, you know?
I mean, like, we should get rid of parking lots, which is a wasted space, and use it for something useful.
I know, like, heck, like, don't do a whole park lot, but do a half a park lot, something smaller than the building space itself for people. Am I right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. What's funny is that here where I live, we tend to do small parking lots.
And that's the thing. We better build. Oh, hold it. Hey.
And the funny thing is that we have more cars and less parking lots per car.
Hey, Brightline, call you back in 10 minutes? All right. I'll call you back. All right. Ben calling. Oh, come on, pick up. Hey, Ben, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. I was on the line with another friend a minute ago. Hey, remember what I was talking to you earlier about my Facebook and how I got it back?
Yeah.
All right. It took...
I got a train coming.
Oh, all right.
I think.
I'll call you later on after the live stream. All right. I'll call him after the live stream because I already told you guys how I got my Facebook back. I got it back and it took me a bit. And now I'm going to call Brightline back. All right. All right, I'm back. Sorry. That was my other friend Ben calling from Messenger.
Oh, I see.
We need to set the thing up where I can do both Messenger and Discord at the same time. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely right.
But
by the way, I actually have Facebook though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, well, good news is I got my Facebook back now. You know?
Yeah, true.
But you know what? I'm going to send you a link to my Facebook where you can, send me a friend request. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
But I'll be honest, the idiot, they like to defend car infrastructure, you know? Like, literally, they're just so into car infrastructure, like it a drug, like it a dopamine, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then they want to defend anything that it's so, bad for the country and for everybody that they want to defend it, you know? It's like defending a freaking nuclear waste site, you know? Think of a parking lot at a nuclear waste site and them defending it. You know what I mean? It's that bad. All right.
Yeah.
All right, hey, Brightline. Ryan, send me a message.
Yes?
Call me on Facebook. I just sent you the link. You know?
Alright.
My friend had called me again.
Alright then.
All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Look like we're going to have Ben on for one more time. All right. Instead, we're doing it in the live stream. Hey, Ben, you called again?
Yeah.
Hey, what I was trying to tell you about my Facebook is that it took it from when I reported around 12 and 1 in the morning on Saturday, when I reported my account hacked, all the way up until around freaking 5:50 in the morning on Sunday to get it back. So over 48 hours, 49 hours before I was able to get my Facebook back from the hacker. But while the hacker on, he was trying to scam my account, you know? Like trying to scam people with my account. That's awful. You know what I mean?
Well, my advice is create a strong password. That's the only way you're going to save your account.
Oh, I did. After I got my Facebook account back, I saved it. But, you know, no.
Well, see, that's what I did. I created a stronger password.
Hey, well, I did get my Facebook back, and it's a good thing. But did you caught that train yet?
No, I think it's still in Columbia at Andrew Yard. I
Oof.
think they're waiting on a crew. 15R is sitting down here at Simpson because I just passed it, so it could be any time.
All right. Hey, I'm going to invite...
I'm just getting a little nervous because I keep hearing a loud roaring every time we're on the phone like it's coming.
All right.
So
Well,
they blowing the horn.
hey, Ben, I'm going to invite a fellow Ralph fan friend that is from the Dominican Republic. He's a friend of mine.
Do I hear a train, or am I just hearing things?
Oh, 1 minute. Or no,
Oh, that was 15R just blowing this loud.
hey, Ben, let me call him, and then I'll invite you to the call. You hear me?
Okay.
All right. All right. All right, there we go. I'm going right light fan. All right. All right. Well, let me invite our friend in, and my friend Ben. Add him in. All right. All right. Hey. All right. All right. Oop. What the heck? Uh-oh. Hey, Ben, Brightline, you both there? All right, let me turn everything on. Hey, guys, you there? And Facebook, not Facebook, Messenger doing it again. 1 minute, y'all. Oop. Oop. Here we go again. Hey, you there, man? Oop. Oop. Is it muted? Hey, Brightline fan, can you hear me? Look like, guy, like we are having a little difficulty with everything. Let me try it again. It probably acting up, so let's try it again. Alright, let's try it. Alright. Did saying that's happened. Hey, can you hear me now? Oop. Oof. So Only getting towards the end of the live stream, we only have crazy stuff happen. Ooh. Hey, Brightline, I think you are on mute, by the way. Oop. 1 minute. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, come on. Oh, my neck is feeling hot. Hey, bud, can you hear me? All right. 1 minute. I swear it's in 1 minute. We got more freaking stupidity. Hey, bud, is Messenger acting up on your end? Messenger. Hey, come on. Hey, can you hear me? I can't even hear you on. I can't hear you, bud. Literally, what is wrong with Messenger today? Let me call Ben real quick before I.
Leo. Oh, David, Leo will be coming back to Charleston.
When?
I thought the Filipino. Fuck. We have Leo, I know, in choir, so.
Well, that breaking news. But yeah, but what me and Ben were talking about earlier with my account, what
He
I
says
did.
going to get his stuff from Somerville.
Oh, he did coming back here and then headed back up there.
He said he's going to Charlotte and Charleston.
Oh, is he going to
And
visit?
he's leaving NYC on Monday.
Oh, is he going to visit the group again?
Let me ask. I thought this is some Leo that I see in the choir. Freaking shite.
Oh.
He said he's leaving NYC on Monday.
All right. Let me call Brightline on Mess. All right. Hey, but
I'm in the Discord call.
yeah, I think it was still in the Discord call. I think that's the reason why it wouldn't. That's the reason why. Oh my god.
Well, I forgot that I was in the Discord call.
Well, let end the call on Discord and do it on Messenger.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See you later, bro.
See you on Messenger.
All right.
That explains everything. The Messenger. So yeah, now let me call him over on Because sometimes when you're on one call and saying, "Hey,
There we go.
tell me now, I got to fix."
Yeah.
But yeah,
There we
I'm going to invite Ben online because me and Ben were talking about my account when it was hacked earlier.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. All right.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, up. Oh, hey Ben, you. But I'm just gonna bring it up. My account with it being hacked and them trying to scam people from my account, that was disgusting, you know?
Oh, gosh.
But I got it back and I have to let everybody know saying, hey, my account was hacked, the people were using my account to try to scam people, but you know, now I got it back. Now I guarantee you're behind they were angry that I got my account back, you know?
I see.
Am I right, guys?
What? Right. By the way, I had the same experience, but on WhatsApp. Those guys, the hackers from what was some scammer was trying to think that I was acted to be my grandfather, and he actually hacked my WhatsApp without knowing.
Oof.
It happens to anyone.
I know.
But that was just a few years back.
Well, good news is that I did get my account back, but I know the hacker is angry about that. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know he angry because I managed to get my account back. Am I right?
Some hacker must be from Nigeria or India.
Well, the hacker team was saying that the person who was trying to log into my account was from Boston.
From Boston.
Yep. Worse yet, the dude who hacked my account actually sent his nudes to a friend of mine. Oop. 1 minute, everyone. Uh-oh. Hey, Val, is this the actual screen for this phone?
Huh?
Is it the actual screen for this phone?
Huh?
Is it the actual screen? Uh-oh.
David, it's not.
Oh, is it a screen protector?
No. That's a case.
I'm talking about this.
No, it's not.
That the real screen?
Uh-huh.
Oh. It looked like a screen protector to me. Alright, look like Messenger acting up, so I might call him on Discord again. But yeah. But yeah. Hey, do you hope you get to see Leo for a time, Val?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Well, let me call him back on Discord again. Because I'll be honest, something acting up. When you call people and try to talk to them, something acts up.
David.
Sorry, Butterfingers. It might be the internet or something in his side of the world. All right. 1 minute. But yeah, the internet didn't act up. I'm not gonna lie about that, everyone. Internet problem. Let me call Ben, see if he caught that train yet. I need to try to see if he caught that train, if y'all know what I mean. Being that if we get to it, we're talking about this puppy right here. After and it was from 2021, so it's nearly 2 years old anyway. It won't be 2 years old until December 2023. But it looking like a good one for how it is. So, yeah. But look at the photos on the back. Those are nice. That's cool in a way. I'm not going to lie. Kind of cool that CP and KZS are now officially going to be merging soon. You caught that train? Yeah. Oh, let me call. It definitely got to be internet problems on their end, you know? So you updating your LinkedIn file?
Yeah.
Well, what about your About Me section?
Well, I think I fixed stuff. Definitely got the internet problem. I'm not gonna lie. Messenger can act up so many times. But it's just been crazy. Oh my god, like share it. Ooh, 1 minute. Probably internet problems, if y'all know what I mean. Waiting on Brightline to rejoin the live stream. I might just go ahead and get. So, waiting on him to join the live stream, I'm going to get this out of the way. Look at the Alco right there in the front. And that would be cool right here with this. That's funny.
Hopefully we'll get another Train Galore soon, if y'all know what I mean. But I've been super busy lately.
But hey,
Hey, you
sorry
there?
about that, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Internet problem? What happened? Internet problem on your end? Or a
No,
blackout?
it was just a blackout.
Ooh! But
Yeah.
what we would talk about with, with our system and all of that, like,
Yeah.
everybody don't realize it, but I-95 is dangerous, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like, literally, am I right in what I told you about what I was saying about the deadly stuff? Really happened, you know what I mean?
Yes. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
So what about you with talking about that car accident you saw?
Well, what? Did you repeat that question? I wasn't paying
You
attention.
remember when you told me you were going down the interstate and you saw a car rolled over?
Yes. Yes, that was in 2017.
Like, was that here in the U.S. or there in the Dominican Republic?
That was in the U.S., my friend.
On what interstate?
On I-95.
Oh, being that, my YNL train clock is going off again.
Yeah. On I-95. I remember that as if it were yesterday.
Now, I did see in another gruesome accident before where a freaking semi-truck ran over a freaking car, causing the car to blow up.
Oh.
Yeah, I seen the aftermath of something like that.
Yeah,
Look at
true.
this.
I've seen a truck got flames while he was crashing through the side rail. He crashed very hard that some part of the truck went over the bridge, over the overpass.
Hey, Brightline, you remember the movie Final Destination?
Oh, never heard of that.
In the movie Final Destination, in the first one, you have a freaking log truck that wrecked and spilled logs all over the road hitting our people's car.
Yeah.
We actually had a Final Destination scenario happen back in 2008 on 17 near my house where a semi-truck got hit by a car, then flipped over, spilling the logs all over the road. You know?
I see.
That was some Final Destination crap right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's just crazy when you just think about it. You know what I'm saying right there?
I know what you're saying.
But interstates are dangerous. Being at, did you watch Alan Fister short talking about interstate and how if they're not making money, then they should go?
Yeah.
He said that counterintuitive because everybody say Patent Rail don't make money. He said, oh, if Patent Rail don't make money, then something else don't make money. Hint, hint, interstate. Am I right?
Yes.
And then, like I showed you with the idiot earlier that I sent the screenshot to you about, and in group, they're calling me a freaking idiot because I got a good point, you know? And they don't want to face the truth.
Yeah.
They're just sniffing that car crack, as I say it, you know? They're doing car crack. Am I right?
You're smoking, but
Like, I'm using cars as a reference for crack. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But am I right?
Yes, exactly. Say, I've heard that was into this NASCAR. I think I'm into this NASCAR thing. I was used to it, but I think I want to watch NASCAR so badly. I can't wait for the seasons to start.
Val is a NASCAR freak. Bright line right here, a NASCAR freak.
Hi.
I see.
Oh,
Look,
let me see.
look at the NASCAR stuff that she got behind the TV.
Is that Filipino?
No, he's Dominican Republic, Val.
Oh,
Brightline.
look
That,
Filipino to me. Hey,
But-
sir.
but
How was it gonna
but Brightline
happen?
did something. I'll be honest. The person that me and Val do not like the most, and because he is a fraud and he likes to lie. You want to say it? Bubba Wallace, Val.
Oh, Bubba Wallace.
I do not like the guy. He mixed. He not fully black. He lies about his ethnicity. Am I right?
Yeah, I have a favorite driver. His name is Kyle Busch.
Oh my God, my stepdad is a fan of. Now, Val, you want to tell?
Huh?
Val, you want to tell him about the autistic NASCAR driver there is?
Wally Williams.
You know Amali Williams?
I've never heard of him.
He is an autistic NASCAR driver.
Wow, good for him.
But do you have to agree with me? Bubba Wall is a complete a-hole and a fraud. Am I right?
True.
Like literally, do you remember when they removed? I'm not saying the word online because I don't want to get canceled culture.
That's true.
Remember when? You remember when he said? Like, you remember when he talked about, wanting to saying with getting rid of it? I'm not saying it because I don't want to get canceled for saying the word.
Yeah. Never say that word.
Because saying is he actually made a fake news where he could play victim. Ain't that disgusting,
You're talking about the word that starts with a letter? Well, a specific letter, because all words...
It begins with a C and a flag. I
see.
You know the flag that was for the South during the Civil War?
Oh, yeah, I know which one it is.
Yeah, I don't want to say it because I don't want to be,
Oh, no, that's all right. I actually study history, so...
All right, I'm just going to bring it up. Do you know most people don't know about it? But during the Civil War, there were black slave owners.
Yeah, true.
They never talk about that. The family that owned the Angel Oak tree was black slave owners,
Yeah.
And that on John's Island, I used to live on John's Island. That tree, the people who owned the plantation that are on, were black slave owners. They were black. They owned slaves.
I know South Carolina was considered part of the slave states,
But
especially Florida as well.
most people don't realize it, but the Civil War was not fought over freedom. It was fought over greed and money,
Yeah, true.
It was never fought for freedom, because if you did think about it, if it was fought for freedom, let's be honest, if it was fought for freedom, the segregation would never happen, racism would never happen. Am I right?
Yeah. You know what? I just want to share something about the Union Dixie song. It's a Union variant of the Southern song called Dixie. Instead, they're trolling the Southerners.
Oh, and by the way, guy, I didn't want to bring it up because you are mixed. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm mixed, man.
So don't call me a racist because my friend right here is. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah. I don't know who your friend is, but...
Well, I'm just saying your name is Genesis, but I'm going by your Discord name. Am I right, bud?
Yeah.
But literally, it did crazy because I remembered it from the game Call of Duty. You remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? You remember toward the end of the campaign on the last mission, they said the winners are always a liar and they write history?
Yep.
That's true about the Civil War when you did think about it.
The conquerors are the ones who write history. The conqueror.
Bingo.
That's a historian.
Am I right?
Yeah, a history teacher told me that.
The thing about Civil War, half of it is true and half of it is not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
And here, funny thing, most people don't realize it. The Civil War nearly became the First World War at one point. it nearly became the First World War when you did think about it.
Well, if it were an alternate line, if the South had won, that might be the First World War.
But here, kicker, the British and the Ottoman, also the people who ran Russia at the time, the Tsar, all of them almost got involved. That would have been a world war right there for first time when you did think about it, because the British, they supported the Confederates, Most people never talk about that.
Yeah, true.
And
by the way, there was a secret plan to expand the Confederate Empire when the South had won. It was called the Golden Circle. It was the South to annex parts of Mexico, the Caribbean as a whole, including my country, the Dominican Republic, all the way down to Venezuela.
Well, if you want to know why the Civil War actually really happened, it was because of a tax. It was a tax that the North did not want it to, because money was being taken from the South, given to the North. Like, the South was poor at the time, and people who are in poor area are going to get sick and tired and not put up with the crap anymore.
Yeah, mainly they fought for the South fought for slavery, but there are other issues that were involved as well. But mainly slavery was.
That's true, but here's Jane, most people don't realize it. There were some black Confederate general. There were a black Confederate senator. They never talk about that in history, They never do.
Well, I'm not sure. I doubt there were a Confederate senator, a black Confederate senator. Because if they were, it could have been confirmed.
Well, Jane, if you remember, the winners are always a liar. They like covering up stuff that will make them look like the bad guys,
Let's see. The Union, the North is actually.
But let not forget the North genocide half of my ancestors who were Native Americans. I do have some Native American ancestors in me, and they genocide half of them.
I mean, the United States has had the history of the United States is covered by
war.
It's actually written by blood.
That's true, by war and blood.
Yeah,
that is just so true.
You remember the Sioux, right? The Native American tribes. They actually pushed them. There was the Native American tribes that lived in the Great Plains. They pushed them, and they almost fought, and they fought with them in some cases.
I know, and that thing, most people don't realize this,
Yeah, there was a Indian called Tecumseh, was who fought in the side of the British during the War of 1812.
Mm-hmm.
He was defending his tribe. The U.S. government could have actually fixed that situation where the settlers and the Native Americans could settle in peace
But nope, they showed the violent and greedy way, That saying, history is run by the violent and greedy,
Yeah. The U.S. government said that they were going to respect those treaties with Native Americans.
They never did.
You know how the government acts, just the same they have been acting right now.
Mm-hmm. Saying that I need to tell you that I'm part Blackfoot and Cherokee Indian, I'm part Blackfoot, Cherokee, German, Dutch, Irish, and Italian. I'm multi-ethnic when you did think about it.
I'm actually part African, Spaniard, and Taino, which was another Native American tribe in the Caribbean.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And with Val being Filipino,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing that, Val came back into the room.
No.
Is part Spanish, actually has some.
Oh, yeah, I'm just updating my website too.
Yeah.
And
Some part Spanish, ancestry going on over there in the Philippines.
Oh, so you might have part Filipino too?
No, I never said that. But I think Vel might have some ancestors who are Spanish.
Probably true because the Philippines was controlled by the Spanish Empire.
Spaniards.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
I would have Chinese.
Yeah.
I might have a Chinese in me.
But Vel might also have Chinese in her too, you know?
I feel like
Yeah, true.
I look Chinese a little bit, like a 1/4.
Because everybody tell Vel, even though she's Filipino, everybody tell the Vel that she look a little Chinese.
I don't know. I don't look.
To me, she look Filipino, you know?
Yeah. Well, no. There was a stereotype that my grandfather used that
Oh my
that the
God.
Koreans, Japanese,
Sorry,
and
David.
and the guys who actually who live in South Asia or in Asia, they all look the same. They almost look the same, but they're not the same.
They're not the same. And the thing is that the only people that do look almost the same are the Mexican, Filipino, and anybody in Central America, because all of them, when you think about it, they was controlled by
Spaniards.
the Spanish Empire. Am I right?
Yeah,
Even
that's
some Peruvians.
And the Spanish Empire really affected their culture, you know, like all their culture, like the people, they look the same, but they're not.
Mhm.
Heck, even Florida was part of the Spanish Empire.
I know, and you could tell down there too.
Yeah, I could tell
Like,
because
it was part of the Spanish Empire until the 1810s. Like, and thing is, we did not. And funny thing is, people don't realize that when we got Florida, was back in the 1800s with the Mississippi Purchase. You know, when we got the Midwest.
That was after the War of 1812. There
Yes.
was this president called President James Monroe, who was trying to send General Andrew Jackson, who was the general at the time. He was trying to, Native Americans, especially the Seminoles, were trying to attack Georgia. Americans who were living in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order to counter that attack, Andrew Jackson was like, okay, let's go over there and do some stuff. Well, let's get things done over there in Florida. Okay, so this guy, Andrew Jackson, was going with orders of President of the United States President. He was marching down to Florida. He had two British subs not on the way there. On the way there, he met the Seminoles, and there was a negotiation. I don't know what happened, but they agreed to stay in Florida. But here's the thing.
The U.S. backstabbed that treaty.
Yeah, once they got there, they hanged two British subjects and raided Spanish. They raided Spanish colonies too.
And people don't realize that.
No. The Spanish government was furious about that. Even James Monroe's cabinet as well.
Because we almost ended up in war with the Spaniards before the 1890s, you know?
Yeah, in the 1810s.
And funny thing is, the only reason the war with the Spaniards did not happen sooner is because, we said what happened,
Yeah.
And the people who went into for that time before the U.S. state did got prosecuted,
Yeah.
Really?
So, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
after that, Spain was like, all right, let's sell. Spain was actually heading to a point of. The Spanish Empire at the time was crumbling.
Yeah, and it did not fully crumble until the early 1900s. saying that finally triggered the downfall was the American Spanish Civil War. I mean, American Spanish War. Am I right? And that what made what brought our Navy up to the second most powerful Navy in the world back in the day, and then we pat the British after World War II in power from our Navy, you know?
The problem is that the Spanish Empire was dealing with its rebellions down in South America at the same time.
And its own country itself, because they had a freaking civil war in their own country in the 1800s, you know?
Also too, the Spanish did not actually give importance to Santo Domingo, where I live. They did not give importance to that, so they actually have to give it to France. Well, that was after they gave it to France. They were not interested to keep the colony of Santo Domingo, so they actually left it open.
Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact that they did get their independence in the 1800s.
Yeah, in the 1820s, but that independence didn't last long. It lasted for 2 months.
And then you had a whole new war again, am I right?
No, we got occupied by Haiti. That's where...
And I know your country is still feeling, a little, mad about that.
Yeah. So, after that raid, Spain wasn't having, it was like, you know what, we cannot deal with the Americans because we have too much on our plate. Okay, so let's have a deal with the United States government. And so they actually signed a treaty, what's called Adams-Onís Treaty, which basically involves the sale of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So the Spanish government actually sold the state of Florida to the United States.
They also sold the Midwest too, because they did own the Midwest too back in the day. Am I right?
What is part of Mississippi and Louisiana and Alabama
and Texas, a part of Texas, not the whole Texas.
No. Part of Mississippi and Alabama was part of West Florida. The Panhandle was much more longer back then.
That I know. You know, there's a small Filipino settlement in Louisiana called Manila Town.
I see.
And it would form with Filipinos. Am I right, Val?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think about how much stuff does affect everything else. Am I right, Bud?
History. The world of the history of our civilizations actually affect us very well. It's very effective.
And true. There are sometimes that history too don't. And that I get crazy about it. Heck, that reason why I figured out why our partner rail here in the United States nearly died off. You know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, have you ever watched Dimitri video talking about what really happened to partner rail here in the United States?
Yes. You know what happened in the past? That happened in the past. At least we can learn something in the present.
True. And thing is, we're slowly learning. It's just that we're fighting tooth and nail with suburbanite boomers and car-centric NIMBYs.
Yeah.
Am I right? And HOAs. Good God, HOAs are horrible.
Oh, the homeowners associations.
Homeowners?
Like homeowner associations are so bad, there are Reddits about them, Like, oh no, HOA, you know what I mean?
Oh. Yeah, they're kind of
like
I understand what you're saying. The HOAs are kind of there are some that are actually
influential.
There was a guy that got banned by, well, not banned, but was a flag ban, a supposed flag ban.
And
David!
it was a military vet that had a military flag, and when they found out that he was a military and all that, people were angry and they went after the HOA. You know.
I'm like, well, that shouldn't have happened though.
I know. And the thing is that HOA, they are too far. I don't understand why the government just don't regulate them and make them illegal, you know? Because
Well, they gotta. Oh, I'd say the government should actually make some laws about the HOA.
I know, because HOA, they take stuff way too far.
Speaking about cracking down on HOAs, what about roads, the class ones?
Oh yeah, that I am still agree on. Like, we need to crack down on class 1's rare rail lines, you know? Or railroad to be more exact.
No, I'm thinking about trust busting them. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, like, yeah.
A bright line. Look, this is the magazine I got right here. It's from over 2 years ago, back in 2021.
Yeah.
And we stumbled on a page where up on the Eastern Broad Top, they've been testing a propulsion car for commuter rail from the United Kingdom.
I see. That's kind of cool.
I know. But I'll be honest, it's something that they need to do more of, you know?
True. That looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost done with the magazine showing it off earlier when we finally got the thing fixed. But I'll be honest, like, when I go down in history, I start talking about history, you know?
Yeah.
And to be honest,
Right.
there is sometimes there's some stuff I would not know. And it's talking about the Civil War. That stuff I would have not known, because it did make me think real thinkly on how much of the Civil War was true and not, you know?
Have you heard that the Germans had a
plan to invade the U.S.? Yes.
Well, they actually invaded the UK with that gun. My goodness, that thing is pretty good. That was pretty big, man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
That was like a railway tank.
Mm-hmm. Here's something. This time I'm going to bring up. There were only one time in World War I that U.S. destroyer was attacked, and that was at the end of World War II in 1918 by a British submarine. Not British, but a German U-boat, you know?
I see.
A German U-boat started firing at a town right there in, not Maine, but in Massachusetts. Started shelling a town with the U-boat submarine. And that was first attack on U.S. soil from a submarine, you know? Most people don't know about that. The submarine was sunk.
I've heard there was a train underwater. I mean, like, a railway locomotive underwater.
Oh, yeah. There are a
Under-
ton of them around the U.S. Like, there are a ton of trains that been lost to history that are underwater. Heck, there are some under quarry mines that you have rail in them.
Yeah, true.
Those are just crazy to thinking about, you know?
Yes, absolutely. I hoping we can actually find one of those locomotives in Bermuda, the Triangle of Bermuda.
Oh, yeah, that would be odd.
That would be kind of odd.
But, yeah, it would be crazy.
It would be crazy. Yeah. Okay, so,
Oh, and Brightline, there's something else I'm aptly thinking about that is crazy.
what?
Like, if we can get railroad to change it to better here in the U.S., that would be a big step forward, you know? Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh, by the way, here's something. I watched the alternate history video of what happened to Amtrak when not formed. And let's be honest, I watched that video of what would have happened to Amtrak when not formed. It would have been a dark era in passenger rail history. It would have been way more horrible than it would have been.
Yeah, true.
Because Amtrak did save a lot of commuter rail and passenger rail lines. When you did think about it, you know what I'm saying? And it's something to think about deeply because we could have lost a lot if Amtrak was not formed, you know?
Yeah.
Like small towns that would have got passenger service by Amtrak, if Amtrak would never form, some of those towns would never had their passenger service. Some of them would have been remote. Heck, Charlton would have been screwed, you know?
Yeah. Look, I was watching this video the other day. That's the Grand Central.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It part of their project in building the new tunnels, you know, the new Gateway project.
Yeah, it involves the Long Island Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the Madison Terminal, I think.
Yes, it was. But it's crazy when you just think about it. You know what I'm saying, Brightline?
Yeah.
But most people don't realize that. Hey, Brightline, look at the back of this. Look at the back of the magazine.
Oh,
that looked beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
And both of them are during the fall time, you know? Or technically right toward the end of fall, right before winter, you know? Which is my favorite time of year. But I'll be honest. We need to work on bringing more passenger rail back to the U.S. And
High-speed rail finally coming to the U.S. Brightline West project.
Now here, Jane, give it about a couple of months. One Brightline get their trains up and running by Miami to Orlando, which should be sometime this spring and summer, you know?
Yeah. In April, I believe.
Yeah, April. Whew. Then my point. When they get that up and running, the airlines are going to be crapping their pants.
In other words, you might be squirming.
Oh, yeah, because let's be on it. That would be crazy. Now, also, if they do everything right, they'll have, you know, Sunrail coming into station 2, meaning you can actually, Brightline is planning their next phase. You can actually take a Sunrail train to the middle of not Miami, but Orlando, you know?
Yeah, true.
So everything is working out, and the airlines are freaking out about it, you know?
Yeah, true. They're actually worried about it.
And that I'm looking forward to because the airline, they deserved it to happen to them. For all the dirty crap that they did to the railroads, all the corruption, monopoly, and trying to top high-speed rail, they're going to be their punishment. They're going to be teams that finally whoop them in their behind.
Oh, have you watched Alan Fitch's video, Philadelphia's Ghost Subway?
I already did.
That was an interesting video.
And here, funny thing, it brought up a lot of good points. And I've been putting stuff about what downtown Charlton looked like back in the day with interurban rail, you know? I found some old photo of what interurban rail looked like here in South Carolina. And it's crazy, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And there are only 2 interurban rail buildings left from when interurban rail was still around Charleston. There's one right there in downtown Charlton. It used at the North American Art College in downtown Charlton. Then we got one out here in Hollywood, only about 15 to 20 minutes from me in Adam Run. And an old trolley set, part of a, old abandoned lumber mill that they're turning into like at the park area, you know?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Dane, people don't realize how much we lost when it comes to our rail system. If people knew, they would be upset. Am I right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because everybody got that blanket wrapped over their face and not realizing about commuter rail and what we lost when we lost it, you know?
Yep.
It's like a, person who on crack recovering from being a crack addict and realize how much it messed them up. Imagine if people start recovering from having cars and realize how much they messed their life up. Everybody would be hating cars. The car companies would be screwed. Even Elon Musk would hit electric cars, you know? The thing I'm going to bring up. Elon Musk know that his greatest weakness and that could destroy his electric car empire is freaking commuter rail and transit and walkability.
You know, most of the factories that build cars are in Detroit, which is America's car.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, those car companies are continuing to manufacture cars, which is not a bad thing, I suppose, but you gotta have more options too.
And the car companies, they knows it, and they don't want people to have the option. They want them to have no choice but to drive, you know?
Yeah, true.
And then you have the idiot in that messenger group I'm a part of literally call me idiot because I supported transit, you know, and supported stuff that could actually work. And I try to bring up Düsseldorf, Germany, because I always bring up that city when it comes to commuter rail, you know?
Yeah.
And we have a bigger population than them, and they say, oh, Trotton would not work for commuter rail. That BS, it would. I did hate, and I mean I did hate it when they, try to bring up the pathetic excuses to try to make themselves look smarter, you know? It did so entitled. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah, you should have actually brought up the interstates just to show them how destructive they are.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up right now. Here, Jane, I'm going to bring it up. Everybody complained about California high-speed rail and how long it taken, how much it taken to construct it. But no one never fucking bring up about Interstate 69. Am I right?
Yeah, they don't know the environmental consequences of a certain project.
Like literally, and then we don't bring up the segregation that interstate brought to cities. Am I right?
Oh, let me bring up Road Guy Rob real quick.
Like interstate, when they first were being built back in the 50s and 60s, went through minority neighborhoods, not the rich suburban idiot neighborhoods. Am I right?
Yep. Let me go down to Road Guy Rob. He actually made a video portion about that. Let's see. Where's that? Interstate 11.
But I am going to bring it up. Yes, slavery was wrong. Both sides were in the wrong. Am I right, Brightline?
Sorry about that.
Both sides were in the wrong. It's just that I would like for people to educate into history right before we won't repeat the past. Am I right?
Yeah. They think that the United States was founded because of slavery, which is
not true. Reason why the U.S. created was because the people getting sick and tired of being ruled by the United Kingdom or Britain. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely right.
That's the real reason. It would not be created over that BS. But also, people don't realize that the British was the one who brought slavery to the United States when they first colonized the country. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah.
So, the United Kingdom is just as fault as the United States. Heck, every other country is too. Doesn't matter if you were white, black, green, yellow. Doesn't matter what color you are. We all was slaves. And every one of them was slave masters too. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah.
Heck, India still have slavery. It kind of messed up. One country in Africa still have slavery. Another one ended it back in the 1970s. Then you have that one country that it allies with Russia that still have
the Middle East actually practiced slavery. The UAE.
that too.
Yeah.
So there is modern day slavery, and no one talks about that and the countries that do it. Am I right?
Right.
And those countries are evil. Look, if you have slaves, then you're an evil person. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah, I guess. I believe that slavery is actually a moral wrong.
Mm-hmm. Heck,
Yeah.
and you know the country that are right there, right by Ukraine, not Russia, but the other country that it allies Russia.
Belarus.
Yeah, they still do slavery. They have slaves.
Oh.
Yep, the only country in Europe that still have slavery.
Yeah, they actually have those. I think they still have those gulags.
That too. Most people don't realize that. Heck, even China. China have slave labor. And a prisoner. Am I right?
Yeah. So.
Like everywhere in the world, different countries, different minority do it. So stop saying it was just, it was not just white people who did slavery. It was black, Indian, Asians, Italian. Every race did it. Am I right?
Yeah. Even though the origins of slavery didn't happen. Well, the Spaniards actually brought it to North America.
That's true.
Yeah, we had this triangular trade back in the day that they actually commercialized with the 13 colonies and with the West Indies as well.
Mm-hmm. And here, funny thing is, it was
West Africa.
and Brightline. Most people don't talk about this, but it was actually black community and black group capturing other of their enemy who are actually black too, and traded them in for supplies and stuff. Most people don't realize that too. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely true.
Like
slavery in its early days in the Americas was like the encomienda system, which actually treated the natives really bad. First, we enslaved the Tainos, which were in extinction at the time.
Heck, and my ancestor was slave too. Am I right, Brightline? Like my Blackfoot and Cherokee ancestry, like they was slave too.
No.
You know what I mean? So we all had that type of ancestry. Am I right?
You're absolutely right, but actually that wasn't in the that was only in Spanish colonies. The Cherokees have this other type of, let's say they have another type of history that we had to share. There's something about the Trail of Tears.
Oh yeah, that one thing. There one Indian tribe that was part of Trail of Tears that actually made deals with the American government. Most people don't know about this. There one Indian tribe. I can't remember their name, but every other Indian tribe hate them because they were one who helped wrote the Trail of Tears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Most people don't realize that, but
that was Andrew Jackson. For all those Indians.
I know. But yeah, but let's get back to train because we're starting to go down a rabbit hole that I think we should not be going down.
Yeah.
But yeah, but all the people want to defend car culture, you know? Am I right?
Absolutely right.
And
yeah.
it like a drug, like, you know, it like a drug that the cartel wants to defend, you know? Did think about about it that way.
The car culture is actually embedded in American society, in American culture as well. It's
true.
Anytime I see a car.
But also, you got to think about how bad car culture have messed up the country. And not to Bike even talked about the video that, that did the end and it was called Give Yourself the Green Light. It was a video that GM made. It was a propaganda video to support a car. And it was really bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you watch Not to Bike video about 24 minutes, almost 30 minutes long. And it talked about giving yourself the green light. And it talked about how GM made a propaganda video that got the government to approve the Interstate Act. And it was very dirty, you know? Dirty tactic. It worked, you know?
Yeah, it actually worked.
And
so, Brightline. Gosh, I am a fan of Brightline, that project.
Oh,
the project, man.
I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm a fan of the Brightline stand. He's like a fan of Brightline.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, it was the regional railroad for the East Coast that really helped him. You know, that Class 2 railroad. Give it prop to the for the East Coast to helping them because they could have been like CSX and be a douchebag and make it hard for them, but you know, they would not like CSX.
Yeah. If it were Amtrak, I think Amtrak could have did something there, at least.
This is what I'm going to bring up. I'll be real honest. Class 2, a.k.a. regionals, they treat Amtrak and passenger rail better than Class 1s, you know? Like, the only other two railroads that treat Amtrak good is CP, Canadian Pacific, and KC at Kansas City Southern. They're the only two other railroads that treat Amtrak great, you know?
And by the way, Dave, there was a time that Amtrak actually did a tour with the Florida governor from Miami, from where Miami Central is located today, all the way up to Jacksonville. How about that?
And they were doing that to try to get approval for high-speed rail there. Did not work. Sad thing is, it did not work. Because funny thing is that the Florida government, the only reason why he went along with it because he didn't want to make it look bad because one, found out he was being paid by the bus companies, you know, and the airlines.
That was Governor Rick Scott.
Rick Scott was a corrupt president, you know?
A governor, man.
Yeah, governor, to be more exact.
He's in the Senate right now.
But he was corrupt, am I right?
Oh. Yeah.
And people like that who do that to the rail system and stuff are just freaking morons, you know? Heck,
it's always the politics.
And I remembered when Dimitri, you remember when Dimitri in one of his video talked about how he busted 5 corrupt politicians and got them arrested. You remember that? You remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like, I'll be honest. If it wasn't for Demetrius, when he was fighting for Brightline back in the day, like, I'll be honest. Brightline just said, I can pin it on Demetrius.
Those were...
Because he was fighting tooth and nail to help that project get on board. And it worked, you know?
Those were actually like commissioners who were, mayors of North Miami Beach, I believe.
Yeah. He literally got North Miami commissioner exposed and arrested.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Yeah, 3 corrupt politicians, and he took them all down. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Demetrius, they would have still got away with their stuff. I'll be honest, if Demetrius should be patting himself as a rebel because he took 3 corrupt people down, you know?
You know what I could say? We need people like Demetrius who actually had to expose some of the wrongdoings in local government.
If you remember, because after he did that meeting and like where he called them all out on video, a couple weeks later they got investigated and got arrested, you know?
Yep.
Like literally. Like Clinton didn't think not. I guarantee if Demetrius did not did that video, they would have been still in office right now, not in a jail cell, you know? Am I right?
Right.
Because this thing, Dimitri is a rebel for what he does, you know?
I actually respect him.
And heck, he needed to do a Wikipedia about him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Dimitri developed, like, dude, even though he is my friend on Facebook, he does got a Facebook. And he runs American Rail Club on Facebook. Are you part of that group?
Yeah, I'm part of that group.
We need to think about it, and stuff he did. He is a rebel. I don't know. He need to be in the history book for what he does, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so, and I'm in a server called the Anti-Car Collective, which does basically the same thing as Demetrius Villa, that advocates for public transportation. Let me send. I think I sent you a link, though.
No, you haven't. You have not sent me a link yet.
Oh.
Didn't know when you send me the link, I'm going to explode everybody in that messenger group who are against rail transit and saying they cannot work here in Charleston. I'm going to expose them, you know?
It's the Anti-Car Collective. The group that is against the car, man.
Is it on Facebook or on Discord?
On Discord.
All right. Send me an invite where I can actually post those posts and screenshots, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, but Frontline, this is what I'll be on it about. The car people, they get pissed off and say, oh, you're commenting when you're talking about transit and supporting transit. No, we're not. We just want more freedom and choice and not have to be forced into a car, you know? It's so pathetic that they bring the cards up saying transit is communist and saying all the BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no excuse for them to do this crap. Am I right?
Yes.
But just think about it. These people, they didn't want to defend car culture even when it started killing people and when it started making people homeless and poor.
All right. I actually sent you the invite.
I took out the invite. Let me
All right.
join it. But I'll be honest. These people are just so dumb in the brain, and they keep on drinking the Kool-Aid. You know?
Speaking of which, NJB is in that server too.
Oh, NJB who?
Not
Not just Spikes. Oh dear.
he's in that server.
You know I'm going to try to talk to him and bring him on one of the live stream one of these days, you know?
Actually, you talked about Nimbies that last time I was in that server.
Oh, you might complete it one step. All right, there we go. But I'll be honest. The thing that I'm going to be honest about these people are just so stupid. Like, heck, if the cars are causing people to die and be so homeless, and they're losing their houses, they need to stop doing this to them, you know?
True.
No, still waiting on.
You know, the culture is actually racist too. Whoever actually brought the interstates, General Eisenhower.
Yeah, it a racist person. I know if everybody's seen what Eisenhower approval would do to their country in this day and age, like if they seen how this day and age were going to be, they would say, no, don't sign it. They would make sure that thing would have not got on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Probably Eisenhower had some good intentions, but I think he could have had good intentions.
He
But
did.
you know what they say?
The
Good intentions pave the road to
hell.
Yeah.
The road to hell is built with good intentions, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
the only thing I'd say Eisenhower did right as a president was the desegregation of the army. That's the only thing he did right, you know? Am I right about that?
Yeah. I'm actually in two advocacy groups in the Anti-Car Collective. One is in Miami, the other is in Indiana, where all the NIMBYs showed up.
Mm-hmm.
The most anti-transit state in the Union is Indiana so far, especially in Indianapolis.
Minnesota have you heard Minnesota trying to do a partner in our city rail?
Yeah, I hope they actually push that through.
They're probably going to take notes from Brightline, you know? More than likely, they're going to take notes from Brightline, you know what I mean? Because, funny thing is, they already got the track. Already.
All they have to do is get the rolling stock.
And build the stations, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what are we? Problem is, they're going to have to fight with BNSF. Oof. And you know how BNSF is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that your mom in the background?
No, that's my sister.
Hey!
Hey, Mama.
That is his sister, Val, not his mom.
Hey, man.
But Brightline, this is what I'll be on it about. We got to do this. You did Brightline. She was just dancing in the background.
Yeah, my sister's always energetic.
Tell her that she should be lucky I don't have the tablet turned to the camera on the live stream. Everybody would be seeing her dancing right now.
Yeah, true.
But the thing is that if Minnesota become next, it's only a matter of time before it starts spreading to the rest of the U.S. Because if Minnesota get it, one of the farthest up city up north that have a high population, if it go up there, it's only a matter of time before it starts spreading to our team. I think I might sound crazy for this, but I think Minnesota might be the next step into forcing and getting high-speed rail to come to the U.S. even faster.
Well, okay, let's go down to where I actually was talking about in Indiana. All right, that was in the Discord server. actually exposed a group of NIMBYs that are into this car thing. Some of them, one of them owns a dealership, and the other one actually owns a car
Repair shop.
Accessory. Yeah.
They probably are doing that because they don't want to lose their, money makers,
Yes, exactly. Motorsports.
Now here, Jane, if I were you, when they ever come back, if they try to speak to them, say, how are you saying that when you run a car dealership and you run a repair shop, you're doing it because you don't want to lose your money that you've been making on poor people.
Those two businesses are against light rail, so
I know.
Focus on those two businesses.
But remember, if you call them out, people are going to look at those businesses dirty, saying, these people let for you to drive car and have them break in, they pay, and you pay them money. It will turn people right on them like a pack of wolves and side with you like that. Because trust me, people will not want to keep losing money. Like if they say, if you don't want to keep losing money, put your stuff in transit and put it in rail, because the car company and the people who are right here in the group with y'all who are making you do this, they're here trying to stop it for they can keep on making money off of you with their car businesses. What?
Yeah. That reminds me of the taxi drivers that we
And
have.
that's the third time my clock going off.
Yeah.
But
that reminds me of the drivers that were on strike against transit.
And the thing is that they need to be punished for it,
They actually care about money, nothing else.
Exactly. And the thing is that they need people like us. They are scared of people like us because if we are in group and we call them out around everybody else, and you better side with these people who take your money with their dealership and their car repair shop every time 24/7, then have it of it that is much cheaper and can save you money and put you where you want to go without having to do a stressful drive. You want to be with them?
The problem is that they're afraid of their business going out of. They're going out of business. If public transit is a reality, they are afraid of getting out of business, which is kind of false, though. In Tokyo, in Japan, rail is dominant. There's still car dealerships over there.
I know, and Jane, is it that if you explain to the people saying, hey, if you're going against it, it's because you think transit is bad. It's not. If you want to know really bad and what is really taking your money, it's the car dealership that you are part of. Like literally, the moment you start saying what really taking their money, they'll turn on those in like a pack of wolves.
I mean, like in Japan, owning a car is actually a luxury.
I know.
In the United States, it's not a luxury. It's something that you need to have. Necessity.
Yeah, and I know, and that's the problem. The car company, they knew that was going to happen, and they played all the cards right. And now that they're trying to see how long they can keep it rolling and try to keep the money before people start realizing and saying, hey, we don't really need car, we need transit. They're trying to keep on playing their cards before they get stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and by the way, actually, about your server, Fans of Terrains. Say, this server does not have much activity going on.
I know. I'm trying to find ways to get the stuff rolling in it. I'm trying to, man. It did
actually shared that server with the Anti-Car Collective.
All right, I might. I'm probably going to do that after the live stream.
Yeah, true.
But Brightline, am I right?
Yeah.
Because let's be on it. This thing I'll be on it about we need to stop sniffing that car truck. Like, look at it. It was car cracking. Car crack. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, I literally doing that at a reference,
I wonder what Amtrak is doing.
Well, Amtrak is right now having a little problem with their new locomotives, but they're probably going to get those fixed real quick.
I can't wait for the new SLO.
It called the Avail of Liberty, by the way.
Oh, America's Amtrak is trying to put the railroad by posting a fan art on Twitter. I see fan art.
Like,
And you gotta see this, man.
oh, send me a link to it.
I gotta. All right. Right here.
I'm trying to keep my nose clogging up right now, you know?
Yeah, America's Amtrak is trying to put the railroad by posting spicy fan art on Twitter. But you gotta lie, that fan art looks sick, man. I gotta tell you that. That looks good.
Hey, send me a link on Messenger before I can show everybody.
Alright. Let's see. Let me show you this.
Because it's crazy.
Now it's part of the Twitter. Now the Twitter community is hopping on board.
Now, let's hope that you know who don't shut this down because he run Tritters now, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be anti-Elon Musk, but you know for a fact, because it could affect his, electric cars, he will probably try to shut this down like no tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
Because we did got to be careful with him, because I'll be honest, I don't like Elon Musk. Even though he autistic like us, this is the thing I'm going to bring up. I don't trust the guy. He act like a super villain, you know? Am I right?
Yeah. Good was actually silencing the cat culture a little bit.
And I'm just going to bring it up. American Amtrak is trying to put the rail by sexy posting. Oh yeah, look right here, everyone.
My goodness. Amtrak is becoming a little bit more cocky at this point.
I think that actually the right move for them because let's be honest. I think that might be the right move because it might help Amtrak, and improve their look.
Got some fan art. What's next? Doing some anime?
Well, technically, Amtrak already showed up in some animated movies already.
I'm talking about anime, Japanese anime.
Oh my god, that would be bollocks and funny,
Yeah.
Heck, we already had the big... You remember the 484 Big Boy? It already ended up in an anime.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what anime I'm talking about?
Which one?
Up, PO89 going by the Palmetto. Alright, the anime I'm talking about is called The Galaxy Railways.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Alright, imagine trains flying in space with guns. Galaxy Railway. Like literally, it's cool. Like, just imagine trains flying in space with guns,
Yep.
It's pretty interesting, am I right?
Yes.
But
I wish this could actually make an anime about Brightline.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did Matt and Brightlight this Matt and Drew cars on an anime? Like, plop. Yeah.
I mean, like, or it could Brightline could actually race against the Shinkansen.
I know, but have you been hearing about the meme going around about Brightline deleting people in their cars?
Oh yeah.
Like literally, there's one group that talk about it called the Terminator Broadcast, and it on the YouTube channel called the Admiral Ellis, and they talk about Brightline taking out your loved one. Hide your kids, hide your life. Brightline coming to town.
Oh, that's a reference from. Oh no, that's from. Oh, I remember that back in 2012.
I know, but it's funny, ain't it?
That was the Ben Truder meme. All right, let's see. Look, Pimp. Okay. All right, let's see.
But it's funny, am I right, Brightline?
Yeah.
But I will be on it. I think Brightline, when they get that track up and running from Miami to Orlando, they're going to work on Las Vegas to Bakersfield next. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely right. I got something to share for you.
Ooh. Well, I'm going.
I want to share my screen.
Oh, your screen tear don't work on my end.
That's all right. You remember this?
Well, cool. Let me go down to in chat. But I'll be honest, it's crazy when you think about it. Am I right?
Absolutely right.
The thing that I'm really looking forward to, because when Brightline get done in Florida, it'll be California next, and then probably somewhere else after California, you know?
Yep.
I'm wondering what they're going to do next after California. That I know is going to be the big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because that I'm looking forward to, because I cannot wait to see what is going to come next. And I'm looking forward to some of the crazy stuff that is happening. You know what I mean?
So this is the Demetrius reference right here. Look, Pimp.
Oh, in the American Rail Club post?
No, that's actually a green screen of the meme.
Oh, I know what you mean. I seen Dimitri what he did with that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, literally. Like, it's just so freaking hilarious, you know?
Yeah.
Am I right? Oh, Val, are you trying to upload the video to YouTube?
No.
Oh. Sorry to action Val something, but it's funny, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's crazy when you think about all the crazy stuff that is happening. But
Yeah, true.
But what state do you think will be next on Brightline after California?
And Las Vegas. Well, Nevada.
Technically, it would probably be Nevada, but they got already the front range runner, you know?
Yeah.
They got a commuter rail system already running. My team that I think will probably be next, it would not be Colorado because Amtrak are probably going to get that. It got to be somewhere up in the Midwest, you know?
Uh-huh.
It probably going to be somewhere in Minnesota or Milwaukee, you know?
Yeah, possibly.
Heck, because Minnesota, they are now trying to get that other team on the ground, and I have an odd feeling that Brightline might buy it, you know?
And I could think that they could actually build the Milwaukee Road.
It's actually in the old Milwaukee Road right away and now part of a park now, you know?
Oh, yeah.
In
I
Montana,
know that.
you know? And that's just sad because that was a good route. And saying it, they could have electrified it all the way. That could have saved the money, you know? But they choose not to. You know what I'm saying, Brightline?
Yeah.
It's sad in a way when you did think about it. Am I right?
Oh, this post about Darren Ledford. Let me share you about this. I think you haven't seen it yet.
Probably have not. 1 minute, let me... Right.
David Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
I like the renderings of the train, though.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
That... I'm not gonna lie. If we had that up in here in the U.S., that would work wonderfully for, you know, intercity rail for Amtrak, you know?
Yeah, that could have.
That would not be
Yeah.
a bull train, but that would be intercity rail, and that would still work good. Am I right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, this up right here should work. This up that I support, you know? I don't support road infrastructure because we've been supporting road infrastructure and it's been costing more than railroads. Am I right?
SEPTA said that there is no way forward to build the Roosevelt Boulevard subway.
That a lie. It's probably a car lover, you know?
Yeah.
Because only people who would say that are car lovers.
That's actually in Philadelphia, I believe.
It is. It's just that people want to defend cars, say that you can't build anything outlet railroad, and bullcrap we can. You know?
Uh-huh.
I'm just really sick and tired of these people who like defending the car, defending it, you know? Like, come on. Like, we've seen how your stuff done for the last 60 years. It's been tearing the country apart. Am I right?
Yep.
And saying it, the railroad weapon keeps the country together since the 1800s, you know?
Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern are proposing a merger.
It already got approved. You're a little late to the party. That happened 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they already got approved. The merger is slowly taking effect. In fact, both railroads will become a new railroad next year or so. You know, next year to 2 years to be more exact. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But it already been approved.
Yeah, I believe can.
And you're thinking, this railroad, now that it approved, it's going to go from Canada all the way down to Mexico.
My goodness.
So this will be the first Class 1 railroad that operate from all the way from Canada down to Mexico with no problem.
Internationally.
Yeah, international. So it will be an international Class 1, you know?
Yeah. But I hope they don't end up like CSX and all the other.
Well, CP, and KCX are not like Class 1. They don't, even though they're Class 1, they don't act like them. Heck, even though Hunter Harrison came from CP dropped the idol that Hunter Harrison was doing after he left, you know? You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
But, yeah. But what do you agree with the stuff that I showed you earlier, what could work for South Carolina, you know?
Yeah, I actually agree with you with that.
Like, literally, South Carolina do got the populating for it, but some people say, oh, no, we don't have the populating for it. Yet we do. I'll be honest. Car NIMBYs are in denial, you know? You know what I mean, Brightline?
Yeah.
They are in denial because they don't want to lose their I love room, I love to drive. Not everybody wants to drive, you know? Like, literally.
Not everybody.
And
Mayday!
I'm just trying to keep it from falling. You got it? You're welcome.
The only cars I support are real cars.
Real cars?
Not
Yeah, but,
real cars.
you know.
Those are,
Oh, you can say something, Brightline.
no, that's okay, man. The only cars I support are real cars. That's enough.
Exactly. Heck, I understand not everybody need car, and heck, I understand why people in rural areas need car like them, but someone living in the big city, no. You know? Here's saying what they need to do for people who drive cars in a big city. If you live in the city and work in the city, you're going to get a higher tax. No excuse about it. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, one of the disadvantages with cars is, and with the roads, is that they're not pedestrian friendly.
Exactly.
You gotta stop and watch more pedestrians crossing the road.
Me and Val did happen last week when we went group. Me and Val had the right of way across a crosswalk, and me and Val almost got hit by a fucking car.
Oh god.
And dude was not paying his fucking tits, and he started cussing that out, and I told him, we had the right of way, you know?
You gotta walk. Back in the US, I had to walk a little fast because you don't know when the timer is going to end for the red
I know,
light.
and Janie, we were right in the middle of the crosswalk when the timer finally started going off.
Well, yeah.
And Janie, we still had about 10 seconds, and we were about halfway across, and the driver was coming through, you know? My point is, these driver act entitled. They're bullies. I'm not even kidding. People who drive cars are straight up bullies, you know?
Actually, the driver must be a defender for other cars at all times. You gotta watch out for you gotta front and in the back.
And here's the mess up. And Brightline, here's the mess up thing. When they are building infrastructure, they say, oh, people who ride bike and walk don't have anywhere important to be. Even people who have transit, they don't think that. The only people they think about are the people in the car, and that's a problem. We need to change that way of thinking.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you have a point.
And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of middle-aged, you know, Gen Xer and boomers that are thinking about that here in South Carolina. Let's be honest. Once the boomers and Gen Xers die off, you're going to have a lot more people who are in transit going to be in office approving more transit-oriented stuff and getting rid of more parking lots.
We need to get rid of crosswalks, but when they get into their 80s and 90s,
I know.
and they can't drive anymore, then how can you walk from one place to another?
Like,
It'll be like,
problem is that everybody is forced to drive, and that's not okay. Even elderly people, like, Jesus Christ, like, if we had good, reliable transit that people can take, even elderly people, I can guarantee you elderly people will better take transit than have to force to drive places, you know? Am I right?
absolutely right.
Like, literally, there are reasons why people in the Netherlands who are in their 90s can still get around without having to drive.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yeah. So, by the way, we have Championship Sunday tomorrow in
Oh,
the NFL.
I know my stepdad and them are going to watch it. I'm probably going to be at work when it happens because I work 7 until 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, true. We have 4 teams fighting their way to the Super Bowl. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship, and Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers in the championship. We're in the championship round. And I hope Demetrius would actually appear during the Super Bowl.
I know Dimitri. The only reason he's been busy, I talked to him a couple days ago, and he's still spending time with his girlfriend. You know. Uh-oh. Oh dear, here we go again. Oh no, here we go again. Might be another blackout for Brightline. Oh no, here we go. Yep. What? Oh. Oh no, on my end.
Excuse me.
Oh. All right. Ooh, with the internet signal on my end. Sorry, guys. But yeah. It probably the internet signal. I gotta be careful because we are starting to go over a little winky over too much. So I gotta keep my eye out. But yeah. That were probably on my end right there. But yeah, but I'm getting closer to ending the live stream too. But yeah, that little cutout there for a minute kind of got me nervous. Oof. Stuff like that do get me very concerned when you come to internet. I'll probably talk to Brightline in their live stream, but I'll be honest, what me and him are talking about is true when you did think about it. There are a lot of stuff you got to think about. Marco?
They a little. A few. Oh, you may have to work on your resume too.
Why?
Aiden assignment. Yeah. Let me just go ahead. So just let it.
Well, I've been doing it for a year. I know how resume works.
So do I.
But yeah.
That took a year.
No.
That's how I love you, man. That's how I love you.
Oh my god,
This is not voice of autism, guys. So I'm gonna take it with love. Come on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Come on. Hey, at least have a
True.
crazy wife. Ow! Oh, the box.
Oh, your box right here?
Yeah, it's torn on it.
Oh, by the way, I'm using it to unclog my nose. It started to clog up again.
Alright.
I think our friend had another blackout.
Sorry.
But yeah, but also I think the internet got cut out on
Oh
mine.
my god! Are they laughing about the tire heaters?
But I'll be on. I'm live streaming, Mama!
He's having fun. Not shooting.
1 minute.
It's just me.
1 minute, everyone. I'm live streaming.
The specifics, like what you want. Hey guys! Let's rock and roll! Let's roll out! Let's roll! Big guys! There's a commercial break right here. Yes, David's having fun!
Alright, I'm back.
My mom kind of scared me. Hey! You throw it!
Sorry, Billy Pooh. Let me
Whatever.
call Brightline again, see if he probably having another blackout again.
Oh, I have to update my corporate version again. Like a fish. I'm gonna talk to surgery.
Alright, look like meaning we're probably gonna have to talk to Brightline next week. Week live stream about this. But I'll be on it. Yeah, we're going to have to talk to him next week. Blackout in the country.
Again?
Yep. He had a blackout in the country. And if I go any longer with the live stream, we might have an internet crash. It came close about not even 5 to 10 minutes ago. But it's been a crazy time, and kind of sad that we did not get to, in the conversation with Brightline. But we'll talk more about that conversation in next week's live stream. So, yeah. But it's been a crazy time, and I'll be on it. We do got to work on more stuff and getting more transit, and that I'll be on it about. Not better. But it getting late in the night. It's only 8:30, but I do got to get to bed soon because means I got work at 7 in the morning at the same time. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we both got work in the morning. So I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream and find some of the stuff we were talking about tonight crazy. But I hope y'all enjoyed it and what we've been talking about. Now, there was some, controversial stuff that I did talk about, but it's because I am a history buff. And history is something I'm really deep involved with. But I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Please like and subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a night, everyone. Bye, everyone.